beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and I am so thrilled for today's video because today we are talking about this Club Nebula palette. The Club Nebula palette is from Kaleidos. It's in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist, the queen of color. You're probably already subscribed to Angie's channel, and if you're not, I don't know what you're waiting for. She is truly an amazing YouTuber, and I am 100% biased because she's also my friend. Full disclosure, my reviews are always honest, but they're not always unbiased. I am completely biased in this case because Angie is my friend. So she actually added me to the PR list, but then also I bought one. I don't know which palette it is that has already arrived to me. I don't know if this is the PR one or if this is the one I purchased. There was no indication in there of which is which. But either way, this is both PR and purchased myself. Club Nebula palette is currently sold out. However, they are going to restock the palette on February 17th, so I wanted to make sure I got my swatches and my tutorial out there for you before that restock date. Definitely mark your calendars if you're interested in this. I don't know if there will be another restock of this or not. Hopefully there will be, because obviously people are clamoring for this palette. And I mean, look at it. Look how beautiful it is. The palette is only available on the Kaleidos website. It is retail priced at $45 US. I'm gonna try my best to just do my regular informational review, but just know that behind that, it's just me being really excited for my friend this whole time. Let's take a close-up look at this palette. I've said many times in the past when reviewing Kaleidos palettes that their artwork is some of the most interesting, unique, and inspiring packaging design that I've seen in a really long time. This has to be one of the most just visually stunning palettes that I've ever seen. So it says Club Nebula, it says Angelica Nyqvist, and then on the back, just some little stars, a little note from Angie. She's so sweet. This is a very heavy-duty cardboard packaging. It is quite luxurious. It's not super duper heavy, but you can tell there's some heft to it. It definitely has a luxury feel. The palette does have a magnetic closure, and then when you open up inside, big mirror in here, and then we have 15 eyeshadow shades laid out in 3 rows of 5. There's a great mix of shades and finishes in here. All the shade names are labeled inside next to the pans. This palette is purely Angie inside and out. Not just the colors, but the shade names. She has a bunch of sci-fi and gaming references that, frankly, I don't understand most of them. However, I have watched Firefly in its entirety, so that makes me really happy and excited. This is the outer cardboard carton that the palette comes in. I do want to draw your attention to this for a few reasons. When we take a look at the back here, first thing I want to show you for all my cruelty-free and vegan friends, this palette is labeled as both cruelty-free and vegan. This is something we talk about a lot on my channel, and that's the eye safety warnings. There are 6 shades here that are marked as not intended for the eye area. This is most certainly just because of the pigments that are used to make these shades. The good news is they're clearly labeled here, and my recommendation is for you to patch test any of the shades that have these warnings, just to make sure you're not going to get any excessive staining. Some people do experience some irritation from these pigments. It's better to find that out from a patch test than to find out on your actual eyelid. Super easy to patch test. My recommendation is to use this skin on the inside of the arm here. It's thinner skin, so it's more similar to the skin around your eyes than, for example, the back of your hand, which does have a little bit of a tougher skin, used to taking a little bit more of a beating. So just take those shadows, swipe them onto that little soft skin on the inside of your arm, let it sit there for a while, and just make sure that you don't experience any irritation, itchiness, bumps, anything like that. And if you do get any staining from these shades, personally I've swatched them, played with them, had no problems with staining. You can use a really thick eye base. My recommendation is the Paint Pot from MAC. This will form a nice barrier between your skin around your eye and the pigment itself. So these pigment warnings, they're not intended to scare you away from using a palette. I personally don't think that they're a deal breaker. I just really like to encourage people to use caution, put your health first, do some patch testing. That way you can enjoy your palette with absolutely no worries. This palette is very matte heavy. There are 9 mattes in here and 6 shimmer shades. In true Angie fashion, a great variety of really colorful matte shades in here. And then we have all of these beautiful shifty duochrome shimmers. Some are more of a really punchy metallic, and then some are a softer, more of like a sheer topper type of shade. You will be able to better distinguish the difference between those when we look at the swatches. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. I am going to show you both finger and brush swatches of all 15 shades in this palette. The finger swatches are pictured on top, and then each corresponding brush swatch is below. That way you can see the performance of these shadows with 2 different application methods. All the shadows are swatched directly onto my arm. There's no primer down first. I do not use a dampened brush. It's just the shadow straight onto my skin. As always, for my brush swatches, I'll be using my trusty e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush, and I'll clean the brush off in between each shade using my Veramona color switch. That way there's no shadow transfer between swatches. So let's take a look at those swatches now. Now that you've seen the palette swatched, I want to show you a tutorial with this Club Nebula palette. It is, of course, what I'm wearing on my eyes today. Can you believe that I am wearing blue eyeshadow and actually loving it? I'll show you how I got this eye look using this beautiful Club Nebula palette, and then I'll wrap up all my thoughts at the end. I think based on the tone of this video, should be pretty easy to tell. I love this palette. Just visually, one of the most beautiful, interesting, unique, inspiring. I love Kaleidos packaging in general. I think this is the best packaging that they've ever done. I don't know who their graphic design team is, but they knock it out of the park every time. This is stunning. This is visually stunning. I love it. The shades on the packaging match the shades that you find inside, which is always something I love. It's such a letdown to have a beautiful outer packaging on a palette and then you have that like wah wah moment. Does not happen with this. Every single shade in here is so thoughtfully chosen. You can just get 1,000,001 looks from this palette. I can easily imagine myself just doing a little 2 shadow look with these two. You could do something obviously really, really bright and bold. You can do something deep and smoky and sultry. You could do something warm. You could do something cool. There's just a million ways to use these colors. You could tell it's just intentionally designed inside and out. The formulas are beautiful. I've been a huge fan of Kaleidos eyeshadows for a long time now, and these shadows do not disappoint. They're really soft, but they're not to the point of being crumbly. They're easy to blend. I have not used every single shade on my eyes yet, but the ones that I have used, mainly the lower 2 rows, this one's still just a little bit intimidating for me, but I love this palette so much that I'm definitely going to use them. The middle and bottom rows are for sure more of my jam. I've had such an easy time applying and blending. The shadows stay true to color on my lids. They last for a really long time. I'm not getting sparkles falling down underneath my eyes when I apply the topper shades. I think this palette is beautiful. It's unique in a time when makeup releases are very, very often. It's hard to find something that's intriguing and unique. This Club Nebula palette is incredibly unique, still user-friendly, just beautiful, inspiring. I'm so happy for my friend. Congratulations again, Angie. I think it's beautiful. Half this palette is colors that scare me and I still like it and I still like using it. I want to know what you think about this palette. Did you pick it up on the first release? Are you waiting for it to restock so you can get it on the second release? Do you want to see more looks with this palette? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you go check out Angie's channel if you're not subscribed to her yet. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I'm about to tell you just some anecdotes that you don't care about and I'm sorry for that. Try my best to keep that to a minimum. You'll be able to edit. Okay, go back. Put this back in the back there. Okay. And each corresponding all the swatches. Dang it. I almost showed you the back. The back's pretty too though, so okay. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's luxurious, I love it. I love it. Who's surprised? Me, kind of, because these colors scare me a little bit, but I still love it. Who knew that I looked so cute in blue eyeshadow? I didn't know, because I never wore blue eyeshadow, but look at me now. Thanks, Ange. Okay, I am distracted and I have a couple more things that I need to do. I want to film 10 million more videos today because I love my eyeshadow and I think it looks so cute. Okay, I gotta go charge my battery so I can film some more. I hope you have a great day, and you know what? Even if you're not having a great day, you're still doing a good job, right? You're doing okay. It's gonna be all right, probably. But either way, we're here for you. Let's just give you a big old hug. Ugh, there you go. All right. Love your face. Okay. Bye.